Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today our group will present our group project regarding topic 5, which is risk management, and also topic 7, which is retirement planning. So our group consists of 7 members, which the first one is me, myself, Siti Nur Aisyah binti Mukhtar. And the second one is Nur Izzahanin binti Mustafa. The third one is Nur Hanifah Shakira binti Muhammad Musa. The fourth one is Nur Arisha Farhana binti Abdul Aziz. The fifth one is Nur Farahana Najwa binti Muhammad Desa. The sixth one is Amir Haziq bin Muhammad Rizal. And last one is Muhammad Atif bin Muhammad.
Financial planning is very important in every individual life for future use. In this report, we will talk about two crucial components of a financial plan, which are risk management and retirement planning. First and foremost, we will be going through on what is risk management and retirement planning respectively. Other than that, we have been looking on the purpose and importance of risk management and retirement planning that can give advantages to people who are care about it. There are also some current issues and statistical information of risk management and retirement planning. So, we come out with several recommendations for their issues.
Risk management is an identification, assessment, and control of financial, legal, strategic and security threats to the assets and profits of an organization constitute the process of risk management. Meanwhile, for the retirement planning is the process of projecting future consumption and other demands and figuring out how to meet these needs once we are no longer working.
The purpose of risk management is to identify potential problems before they occur or to try to exploit chances to make them happen. For retirement planning, financial independence after retirement is the main goal of retirement planning. Retired professionals experience financial hardship because they were not paid their standard monthly income while they were employed.
There are some important of risk management. First is giving a protection to others and family. Such insurance is important since it replaces our income if we are passed away. As a result, if we have the insurance, we don't have to worry about the issues that we confront because it will protect us from unexpected financial issues in the future, especially for parents of young children. Next is train to keep a saving. Insurance offers a network for investment just like life insurance. By paying the premium, which is the sum for the policy that the insured pays to the insurer, the insurance form a routine of keeping money. After the policy's maturity date, the insured will get a lump sum payment. Other than that, risk management can reduce stress when facing difficulties. With insurance, our family financial burden will be lightened and those who have been injured may focus on recovering process. The person without health insurance reported more generous stress than those with insurance. Therefore, with the insurance, it can reduce the tension with the problem faced and we are able to restore our life back to normal. Lastly, can reduce the risk. Loss of an individual and a family member is covered by insurance. Insurance does not completely prevent loss, but by securing recompense from the insurance provider, it can lower the risk to the individual.
More than a third of Malaysians, which is 38%, still lack personal insurance protection. According to an impact of pandemic on protection survey commissioned by Zurich, Malaysia, the COVID-19 pandemic has increased awareness of the need for insurance protection among 84% of respondents in the country. According to Zurich, the increased awareness did not translate into action. The insurer went on to say that the main reason for not having protection was a lack of funds. According to the report, 62% of the 1,201 respondents said the pandemic had impacted their ability to afford insurance or takaful. Meanwhile, approximately 23% of Malaysians, or nearly 1 in every 4, cannot afford personal protection. The insurer also mentioned a lack of understanding and information, as well as a negative perception of the insurance industry as reason for not having an insurance or takaful plan.
So from the point of view of statistical information, what I can say is that 62% have managed to have personal insurance protection and only 32% who still refuses to have it. This is because of they have personal problems such as due to the recent pandemic where their incomes have been affected by it and they can't afford to pay the monthly payment for insurance protection. However, for the 62%, the most of them have a perfect income statement where they can still have to pay 200 ringgits for personal protection insurance, and some of them are still paying so that they can benefit in the future use.
Next, I'm going to talk about the benefit of education insurance. So, the first benefit of education insurance is it will assist in budget management for education. This is because parents need to manage the child's schooling finances very carefully because of the sometimes unpredictable nature of the economy. So by purchasing education insurance, the insurance provider will later help the parents in managing their future children education budget and cost. Next is education insurance also will give a security guarantee. So if parents face health or life hazards that prevent them from paying for a child's education or premium, such as total disability or death, education insurance will shield their children's study plans from such dangers. Until the kids reach the necessary age, insurance firms will pay the premiums and give the children a monthly payments. Third one benefits of education insurance is when the education level rise, funding also will be provided. Education insurance will set away a percentage of the funds when the child reach a new level of education. For example, when they start elementary school or a high school, even if parents are not free to withdraw money whenever they like. Not just that, education insurance also will avoid the cost of education inflation. The reward received by education insurance won't be impacted by the rising annual expense of education, since education insurance invests the money. The initial advantage that parents obtain will rise with time, with some even reach until to 15% the initial monthly benefits worth. And the last one, it also allows for premium amount flexibility, which means education insurance offers the same flexibility in managing the monthly premium requirement as other insurance types. This can be modified to reflect both parents' present financial situation and the education plan that they have in place for their children. So, next, I'm going to talk about importance of retirement planning. The first importance of the retirement planning is to have a future stress-free living. For example, the retirement planning is actually allow us to live a stress-free and serene existence, such as we can have an investment that generate consistent retirement income so that it allow us to live a worry-free life. Next is to be prepared for emergencies. In some of monetary emergencies, such as in a medical cost, we cannot rely on anybody. So, we can create an emergency fund with the correct retirement strategy to be ready for this unforeseen situation. Next is to being ready for a longer lifespan. Most of adults nowadays have the higher average of life expectancy. So we need to save a significantly more for our post-retirement cost. It means that by making our plans in advance, it can make all the necessary arrangement for a prolonged post-retirement earning. Next is to have a cost saving. If we start the retirement planning early right now, it will be less expensive because a young policyholder will have to pay a lower amount of premium for insurance coverage, while purchasing insurance in retirement will get more expensive. And the last one is to have return of inflation beating. The retirement investment can help in generate profits that outpace inflation. This is because there are not many benefits to keep money into just a saving account because the interest earned won't be sufficient to maintain a stress-free retirement. So, a careful preparation of investment will enable investors to achieve meaningful long-term return.
Up to 12% of Malaysians are on track for early retirement, with 55% of them still uncertain of how to attain financial independence to retire early. And the EPF said it will implement a cautious approach in its investments moving forward, as it steers the downside risk attributed to post-COVID-19 recovery and also Russian-Ukraine war. Any further withdrawal facilities, which are iLestari, iSinar, iCitra and special withdrawal, would financially impact the EPF and deteriorate funds' current portfolio and capacity to ensure sustainable returns.
That is statistical information for retirement planning. A considerable decrease in global markets caused the Employees Provident Fund (EPF) to record total investment income of RM 15.85 billion ringgit for the first quarter ending 31st March 2022, which was lower than RM 19.29 billion recorded in the same quarter in 2021. This is due to the downturn in the global markets that caused by a number of developments stemming from geopolitical tensions. Besides, countries are still struggling to recover from high debt burdens and stretched public finances from the pandemic. In order to reduce the finance burden, EPF launched 3 special withdrawals with a total amount of disbursement RM 101 billion. The special withdrawals from EPF, namely iLestari, iSinar, and iCitra, have benefited 7.34 million members or 58% out of the 12.6 million members under the age of 55 years old. However, the implication of special withdrawals, particularly from Account 1, have a long-term effect, which is a significant reduction in the amount of retirement savings to the members concerned. From the total EPF members under the age of 55 years old, as of 31st December 2021, only 6.1 million members had a savings balance of less than RM 10,000 ringgit in the EPF account, after the majority of members withdrew their savings through the special withdrawals. Meanwhile, the rest of their members, equal to 6.5 million, are still managed to have savings RM 10,000 ringgit and above. In addition, the special withdrawal also result in a significant decrease in the percentage of members achieving basic savings RM 240,000 at 55 years old, equivalent to 30% by the end of 2021. This situation directly indicates that 70% or more than 2/3 of members aged 55 years old and below are in a serious situation where their total funds are not enough to retire above the poverty line, which is their basic saving is less than RM 240,000.
The story of Employees Provident Fund or EPF. EPF is one of the world oldest provident fund that were founded in 1951 to assist Malaysian workers in saving for retirement in compliance with the Employees Provident Fund Act of 1991. The EPF is refining its mission in order to not only remain relevant but also to provide a better retirement for all of its members. This reinforced their commitment to protecting members' investment and increased their commitment to offer exceptional services. Along with the fundamental aim of assisting members in achieving a better future, they have broadened their mandate to include assisting national infrastructure development while protecting and developing members' retirement fund. The benefits of having EPF are when a member dies, the benefits of 2,500 ringgit is provided to the member's dependent that's subject to EPF approval. The members getting tax deductible up to a maximum of 4,000 ringgit subject to periodic government modification excluding exemptions for life insurance premium. In addition, the 5,000 ringgit compensation is granted to qualifying members who have already made an incapacitation withdrawal and benefits of saving for all ages or retirement phase. The EPF member also can register for Hajj registration and account 1 saving top-up which they voluntarily make additional payment to the EPF account of their spouse or family members. Lastly, the EPF invests in Malaysian government security, loans and bond, property, money market instrument and equity to earn income or revenue. To safeguard the security of asset, the EPF provide a minimum dividends of 2.5% through approved investment wish for conventional account. An annual dividend payment is made based on the saving as of January 1st of each year and dividends are determined depending on the member's total daily balance.
Well, to conclude this, let's talk about the first and second current issue, which is the insurance and EPF for the younger generations and for the third of Malaysians. And for the first part, which is the insurance that is unaffordable for third of Malaysians, which is the 38% of the respondents, this is because of their own personal problems and lacks of funds. And for the remaining 62%, which is because of their own benefits in the future. Well, from that we can say that the planning for the future is part of a retirement planning. As for the risk management is taken, whereas the 38% can still have their own benefits by purchasing insurance protection, as they are not still too late. And for the next part, which is the risk management, as for the risk management, it is important for that the risk management is the funds that are responsible, which is the use of money and the stabilizer of the income for themselves. And however, for the retirement planning, which is for future planning and own benefits. This is because after retirement, they will need amounts of funds to support their rest of their life, and for that, the retirement planning which is from the EPF can be very useful for them in the future. That's why most of the EPF should be saved and used for the retirement plan or future plan, as you may say, for the youngsters to keep in mind that this is the importance of EPF and for the insurance. Thank you.
The recommendation on risk management. Everyone will never able to predict what will happen to them in the future, either good or bad, and lose or win. But we surely can take preventive measures to reduce the burdens of bearing if disaster come and knocking the life of us. Hence, we need to make Malaysian aware of the importance of insurance protections or takaful and still be able to stand and pursue life even though going through hardships such as chronic diseases or loss of property. First and foremost, to make Malaysian aware and alert of insurance as well as takaful, education is the most fundamental step. The government have to enforce education among young generation, and the society also need to play their roles by making sure their family or their children get enough schooling. This is because people who have educational background tend to think wisely and decide rationally. They understand the importance of ethics, justice, and corporate and social responsibility, which is why they demand for insurance and takaful. People mindset are changed by education and encourage them to think outside the box, which to think about their smoothness of future life that they will leading soon. For instance, they will have the need to protect themselves by taking health insurance while learning about the increasement in cancer patients nowadays due to high costs for chemotherapy and radiotherapy session. Last but not least, the professionalism of insurance or takaful agents need to be strengthening because they play a big role in educating people about risk management. Human being may not have the time or access to information on takaful or insurance item despite their desire for it. Hence, the agent have to create that awareness, and many people first encounter insurance through an agent initiated meeting and to a significant extent rely on agents for information to help them make the proper decisions, especially when such decisions include lifelong commitment. The representative needs to be trained and provided with essential tools and expertise in order to guide and advise potential consumers. The sector necessitates professional agents that are technically qualified, totally committed and uncompromising in their ethical of standard. Thus, this will ultimately ensure the industry's sustained development. Last, religion is one of the factors that make people change their mind. Due to religious concern, Muslims who constitute the majority of the population in the country have a natural preference for takaful goods and services over conventional insurance because it is free from interest, uncertainty and gambling. The great problem of reaching out to the community outside of urban regions, particularly Muslim in the B40 income bracket, made the group has been unwittingly barred from benefiting from takaful. To become more sensitive to the needs of this segment, the government needs to urge takaful operators to utilize technology into their product innovation, such as digitalizing distribution channel and claim submissions. They also have to develop simple and affordable product to increase the majority of people taking the takaful scheme.
Next is recommendation for retirement planning. We need to have a better retirement planning. Firstly, the youngsters nowadays need to learn financial planning skill. If they have retirement planning at the young age, they can get the advantages in the future, such as have the ability to take out a loan to buy a house, continue their studies and other things. Other than that, be sure to invest for retirement financial growth. We need to set a goal. For example, if we want to withdraw a contribution from a retirement fund, make sure that the withdrawal get a multiple and beneficial yield. We should expand our saving in unit trust, takaful and seek investment advice to ensure that we will not suffer at the young age.
So that's all from our groups. Thanks for lending some time and your ears. That's all. Thank you.